Algebra 2, Unit 8, Day 2 notes. I'm going to bring it up a little notch and do a little bit of algebra with our graphing. We said before, Unit 8 is the most in-depth, maybe most complicated, heavy unit of Algebra 2. So let's bite right into it, shall we? Okay. Remember these 3 steps for today's lesson here. We are going to now not just have the vertex and then left, right, up, down based on the very simple formulas we did in day 1. Now we might have something in this form, like y equals 3x squared plus 4x minus 6. Okay, something like that. When we start throwing in x terms with the x squared terms, okay, then things can become a little bit more algebraically complex. That's something we can handle, and we're going to handle it with these 3 steps, right? So we're going to get our vertex with step 1 and step 2, and then we're going to do step 3. This is day 1 right here. Okay? That's what we did in the last notes. Okay, we go right, left 1, up 1, right, left 2, up 4, okay, or down 4, whatever. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do a little look at this step 1. Okay, step 1, to find the vertex, first thing we're going to do is find the x coordinate of the vertex. Okay, now you look over here at your equation. A is whatever the coefficient of x squared is. B is whatever the coefficient of x is. And then C is the constant. Okay, remember that. Okay, it's always ax squared, bx, and then the third number that's just by itself, that's C. Okay, notice we have y equals here also. So all we need to do to figure out the x coordinate of our vertex is this right here. We take the opposite of b and we put it over 2 times a. Now I'm not going to say negative b, because if b is negative, then negative b would actually be a positive number. So I'm going to say the opposite of b over 2a. That gives me my x. Once I know my x, step 2 is get your y coordinate. You take whatever you just found in step 1, substitute it in for x, and you've got step 2. There's your y coordinate. Once you have x and y, you put your dot in, okay? And then we are going to go right and left and up, and that is going to be just like day 1 stuff, okay? So the main new thing that we have is the whole opposite of b over 2a to find x, okay? So let's learn by doing here, shall we? Okay, let's find the vertex. Okay, I want the x coordinate. The x coordinate is the opposite of b over 2a. Well, here, a is 1, b is positive 6, and c is positive 4. So the opposite of b, the opposite of positive 6 is negative 6. And 2 times a, that's 2 times 1. So that's negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. So I know my x coordinate for my vertex is negative 3. I'm going to change color up so it makes it maybe a little easier to follow visually. Okay, step 2. Let's find the y coordinate of my vertex. So y equals, we already know what x is for my vertex. So instead of x squared, I'm going to call it negative 3 squared. Okay, we're doing this, but we are going to replace x with negative 3. So plus 6 times negative 3 plus 4. Okay, so we took the x's out and we put negative 3's in their places. Substitution. So let's just do this. Okay, and we can take a calculator if you need to, but hopefully you can do little PEMDAS here. Negative 3 squared. Do not do this in your calculator. It'll give you the wrong answer. It'll square the 3 and then multiply it by -1. You don't want that. -3 squared is 9. 6 times -3 is -18. Okay, so what is the y coordinate? 9 plus -18 is -9 plus 4 is -5. So my vertex is, let's change the color up one more time here. Vertex is going to be at -3, -5. There's my x and there's my y. So I'm going to go to -3, 2, 3, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. That's my vertex. Okay. So now what are we going to do from our vertex? Well, the A is 1. Great. Well, I'm going to go right 1 and up 1. I'm going to go left 1 and up 1. This is the same stuff we did on day 1. I'm going to go right 2 and up 4 because 2 squared is 4. So 2 to the right and up 4 units. Okay. I'm going to go 2 units to the left. 1, 2, and up 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Okay, I'm basically done. All I have to do is draw my smooth curve. So here it is. Bingo. Okay. Not too bad. Gets better the more examples we do. So let's prove that by doing some more examples. Okay, example numero dos. The x coordinate of my vertex is going to be the opposite of b. Okay, so A is 2, B is -4, C is +6. So what is the opposite of B? The opposite of -4 is +4. Over 2 times A is 2. Nice. So that means the x coordinate is 1. Now let's look at the y coordinate. Y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 6. But I know from my vertex what x is. It's 1. So I take that 1 and I replace the x's. I substitute it for x. Okay. 2 times 1 squared. People will make this mistake. Don't make this mistake. Do the exponent first. 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. Minus 4, because 4 times 1 is 4, plus 6. 2 minus 4 is -2, plus 6 is 4. So that means my vertex is at 1, 4. 1, 4. Okay. There's my 1. There's my 4. Okay, so we've done step 1, which is finding the vertex of our parabola. Now that means we're going to go to step 2, which is going back to our original steps of going left 1, right 1, left 2, right 2. Okay, and then figuring how far up we go. We got to get 4 more points. We've got 1 point right here. We got our vertex. So now let's find 2 more points with the left 1, right 1. So the only thing we need to remember is that my A was 2. Okay, so since A was 2, we are going to go, instead of left, right 1, and then in this case, up 1, we're going to go 1 times 2. So we're going to go up 2. Okay, so from our vertex, we go left 1 up 2 and right 1 up 2. Okay, so since we've gone left 1, right 1, and then we've gone up 2 times 1, or 2, okay, let's see if we can do 2 more points. Okay, I think our graph's going to be a little bit small, but you know, we can extend the graph a little bit. How's that? So usually when we go left 2 or right 2, okay, in this case it's positive, we would usually go up 2 squared, which is 4. But now the A is 2, so we're going to go 4 times 2, or 8. So we're going to go up 8 units. So I start at my vertex, I go 2 to the right, and then I'm going to go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got to go up 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to extend my y-axis up just a couple of more units, right? So that way I can fit in what I was hoping to fit in, which was going right 2 and then up 8. So I would go up right about here. Then go left 2 and up 8 again. We would finish right about there. Okay. And draw your smooth curve, and you're golden. Okay, sweet. Example 2 is done. Okay, we found the vertex. We went left 1, right 1, used our A to figure out how far up those 2 points were going to be, and then we went left 2, right 2 from the vertex, and again multiplied by A, and we went up 8. Sweet. So now we're going to look at a U trot. Okay, I'm going to ask you to pause the video and then go to paper, pencil, whatever you need to do, whiteboard. Do this on your own, and then unpause, and then see if we do it the same way. Okay, I'm going to unpause myself, so pause me right now. Ready? Pause. Okay, I'm going to unpause in 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, first thing we're going to do, step 1. Find the vertex. Vertex, I'm going to use my x coordinate method that we just learned of finding the opposite of b over 2a. Well, a is positive 1, b is positive 2, and c is negative 4. Okay, so opposite of b, the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. 2 times a, well, 2 times 1 is 2. Cool beans. Okay, so I'm going to reduce. So negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. There's my x coordinate for my vertex. Now I want my y coordinate. So for the y coordinate, we're going to take negative 1, substitute it in for x. So y equals x squared plus 2x minus 4. But I'm not going to put x in there, I'm going to put negative 1 in there. So that means that my y is going to equal negative 1 squared is 1 plus negative 2 minus 4. So 1 plus negative 2 is negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. Right? So that means that my vertex is going to be at negative 1, negative 5. That's my x and my y. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. Right there, my vertex. Okay, my A is 1, so that makes it kind of nice, right? So step 2 is graph more points by going left and right 1, okay, which means we're going to go up because it's a positive x squared and a is a positive 1. So up 1 squared times the a, which is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So we go left 1, up 1, right 1, up 1. Okay. Now we're going to go left 2 and right 2. And we're going to go up, instead of 2 squared, which is 4, well, we're going to multiply it by 1. It's still going to be 4. So we're going to go right 2, up 4, left 2, up 4. Okay, smooth curve. Going through my 5 points, and I'm done. Okay, hope you enjoyed day 2 notes. See ya.